In my film analysis class, our professor implored us to ask a simple question when watching movies. Whose scene is it? A character owning a scene can mean many things. It can be who learns something, who changes, who reveals something, who makes a decision. This all is a part of deciding which character owns the scene of a movie. You too should ask this question the next time you watch a movie. It's a great tool to analyze the intent behind a scene. Sometimes it's obvious whose scene it is.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
And sometimes it's more nebulous.
Everything, plus I have to accept that you fuck other people.
I do not fuck other people.
Don't deny it.
Once, and you cling to it in order to
You have
suffer.
fucked other people
You do this
several
all the time.
times.
You make yourself the victim.
I'm not a victim. I'm a man who's been cheated on, plundered and cheated on.
Remember these wise words from my professor. A scene can't be owned by two characters. But what my teacher really said was that 99% of the time, a scene is mainly for one character. But if you find a contrary example, I'll send it to him. Make his brain blow up. This brings me to No Country for Old Men, directed by little startup artists, the Coen Brothers. The movie is based on the Cormac McCarthy novel of the same name. And by the title, you probably know which one I prefer. Not to say the book is bad, but that the Coen brothers impressively were able to improve on the writing of McCarthy. If you don't know, this movie is about a man named Llewellyn Moss, who finds a bunch of money from a drug deal gone wrong. He attempts to get to safety with the money while dodging drug runners and hitmen. The most important of these hitmen is Anton Chigurh, a psychopathic man that will stop at nothing to complete his job. But in the end, Llewellyn Moss is killed by some drug runners, and Anton is left with only one thing to do. In one of the last scenes of the movie, the wife of Llewellyn Moss, Carla Jean, finds Anton in her home, and he explains he gave his word to Llewellyn Moss to kill her. So he's here now to fulfill that promise. She tells him he doesn't have to do this, and Anton offers her a way out.
You don't have to do this.
People always say the same thing.
What do they say?
They say, you don't have to do this.
You don't.
Okay. This is the best I can do. Call it.
I knowed you was crazy when I saw you sitting there. I knowed exactly what was in store for me.
Call it.
No. I ain't gonna call it.
Call it.
The Coen don't have no say. It's just you.
I got here the same way the Coen did.
This is a deviation from the book, where Carla Jean does call it, and she calls it wrong. But I want to talk about the genius of making Carla Jean not call the Coen. The whole movie, Anton Chigurh is this killing machine that is always 2 steps ahead of everyone, and is barely slowed down by his injuries. He goes around killing people and saying how it's fate that drives him. He feels more like a force of nature than a person, and that's how Anton sees himself too. But the line, the Coen don't have no say, it's just you. For the first time, Anton is forced to see that his actions are motivated by himself and not by fate. He doesn't kill Carla Jean because Llewellyn made him. He is doing it because he wants to. He wanted to torture the gas station attendant with the same coin trick, and he wanted to kill all the people that he did. Nothing solidifies this more than after the scene where Anton drives away from the house and gets T-boned by a car. We see the force of nature, injured and broken, limp away. Anton is not fate incarnate. He is just a person, like anyone, unable to control everything about the world. This is reflected in more characters. Despite how smart and resourceful he is, Llewellyn gets killed off-screen by people we have never seen in the movie. The sheriff that has been following the battles is always one step behind and powerless to stop future conflicts. A lawless world with characters that wish to control their place in that world is what defines No Country for Old Men. In Carla Jean's final scene, she doesn't call the Coen. She tells Anton that he has control over his actions, and that's it. This is her scene. She reveals so much about herself and takes an active role in deciding her death. You could say Anton owns this scene at the beginning by being the initiator, but Carla Jean steals it away from him at the end. However, in the book, it's definitely Anton's scene. This is the last interaction they have in the book after she fails the coin toss. You're asking that I make myself vulnerable, and that I can never do. I have only one way to live. It doesn't allow for special cases. A coin toss, perhaps, in this case to small purpose. Most people don't believe that there can be such a person. You can see what a problem that must be for them. How to prevail over that which you refuse to acknowledge the existence of. Do you understand? When I came into your life was over. It had a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the end. You can say things could have turned out differently, that they could have been some other way. But what does that mean? They are not some other way. They are this way. You're asking that I second say the world. Do you see? Yes, she said, sobbing. I do. I truly do. Okay, so not only does Carla Jean give in to the coin toss, but Anton goes on a long rant about how he's a force of nature and that when he came into her life, the life was over. He talks about how exceptional he is, and she agrees with him. She says she sees his point. Where in the movie, the last line from Carla Jean is, "The coin don't have no say, it's just you." And it perfectly sums up what is wrong with Anton, how he hides behind following fate to justify the senseless violence. The book not only weakens Carla Jean's characterization, but also weakens the themes of the story. It's such a good moment for Carla and shows how strong she really is, while in the book she is simply being acted upon instead of acting herself. And just so everyone knows, I do love the book. McCarthy is a great author, and I think the book is very much worth reading. But the movie just tweaks enough to where the ideas of the book hit even harder on the big screen. It's the benefit of hindsight, and it's rare to see a movie improve the writing of a book. So good job, Coen Brothers. Good job.